Good morning, and it's good morning just barely, but it is good morning. Well, I've been catching up. I've got my fermented sauerkraut making with the carrots and the onions and the peppers, and I've got my eggs made, and this time I've got the pepper, marjoram, and celery seed, and garlic in these. And I was going to put in some onions, but I didn't. Okay, anyway, I'll be putting these in the refrigerator probably if it gets warm in here later today, but at least by tomorrow morning. And actually they were in the refrigerator some when it got warm yesterday. Okay, anyway, I've got my mayonnaise made, and I've got so many little jars in the refrigerator now. I have to be real careful. Am I getting out mayonnaise or face cream? And I think it would work almost either way. I think my face cream would be almost edible, and my mayonnaise might even help my face, who knows. But that's not what I want to talk about this morning. But I wanted to tell you, since I have my mayonnaise done, I'm all ready for, well, this weekend I'm going to be roasting a chicken, so I'll have leftover. Tom and I eat the legs and the wings and the thighs way before we eat the breast. So we always have some breast meat left over. And Janet in Pennsylvania, she talked about her sandwich. And so I'll have some to make hers. And remember, I was talking about my mother's sandwich with the orange and the onion. Well, Marie Louise, she made her sandwich substituting the orange for her quintessential. So she used quince, but she used the onion. Well, Janet is using the orange, but not the onion. So Janet's sandwich, which would be very good, and I would like to try it with our leftover chicken breast. She mayonnaised her bread, and sourdough bread, I think, and mayonnaise that, put slices of the chicken on there, and then she used the orange slices and some dried cranberries. And you could either do dried, or you could make a cranberry sauce. Like, remember at Thanksgiving how we put the turkey and the cranberry together? And so it would be like one of those sandwiches, only chicken instead of the turkey. So that sounds good. So thank you, Janet, for your sandwich. And it sounds very yummy. Okay, anyway, I want to talk about something else. And I have a Cultured Food in a Jar, the book by Donna Schwenk. And I was reading in here, and I want to share this with you. And it's a couple of paragraphs on feeding your bacteria the good stuff. And I'm going to read, and some I'm just going to tell you. She's talked about all of the good probiotics. When we make our fermented vegetables, we have probiotics. Okay, but when we get probiotics, we need to, well, once you've introduced cultured food to your diet, the billions of new microbes in your system need a place to live. They're highly organized and they work in numbers. When they have enough of a certain strain, they will dominate and remove the harmful pathogens that may be monopolizing your gut and causing your problems. However, if you don't feed these minions the right food, they can diminish, and they never have, and you'll never have the shift that you want with the good stuff. This is where prebiotics come in. They're the food that the bacteria ingest to make them grow and multiply. The probiotics in the food are strains of bacteria you need, and the prebiotics are the food that keeps them thriving. So we need both. And the other great thing about prebiotics as they may strengthen our ability to absorb calcium, magnesium, and other minerals usually lacking in our diets. So then it talks where to find them. And I'm not going to read that whole thing, but what it came down to was potato starch plus some other things. Well, I'll read some of the other, where they can be found, some of the other things. And this is not a total list, but it's a pretty good list. They can be found in unripe bananas, berries, kale, chards, onions, garlic, leeks, asparagus, artichokes, jicama, chicory root, dandelion greens, and some whole grains, honey, and some say even milk, but I don't know about that. Okay, so, and if you want to, no, I don't want to say that. The next thing over on the next page was feeding your bacteria the bad stuff, and that's sugar. I don't want to get into that right now. But when she talked about the potato starch, and she told some other things about it, I thought, well, I've heard about that, and I do have trouble. I wouldn't say I'm exactly type 2 diabetic, but I think I'm up there where it could happen to me, and I don't want it to happen to me. And so I really watch what I eat. And sometimes it's hard when Tom can eat all the nice stuff, and I cook it for him, bread and pancakes and biscuits and pies and potatoes and gravy and all that stuff. And I'm eating my cabbage and my salad and no bananas and all that stuff. So I'd like to see if I can change it where I could really have more variety there. And so I ordered some potato starch, and I had a choice of 2 pounds or 5 pounds. Well, Tom said the 5 pounds is more economical, and it's supposed to be good for 2 years, and I hope I use it in 2 years. I don't know. And but there's a lot of stuff I found out you can do with it. But being that our bodies are not quite used to it, you have to start slow, or what happens, you can bloat like a big balloon and fly up into the air and disappear, I guess. And it causes a lot of gas. So it said start out slow, and the suggestion was that 1 teaspoon a day you mix in water and just drink. So I'm on my 2nd day. But I want to tell you this, who is Anthony's Organic Potato Starch. Gluten-free, vegan, natural. Okay. Anyway, it has this thing that you tear off, and then it has where you can reseal it. Well, what it says in this tear off is whatever you do, don't look under the bag. So what did I do? I picked up the bag. Let's see, which way do you have to do it? This way. I picked up the bag, and okay, here it is, if I don't spill it. And I looked, it says, not very good at following directions, are you? And you had to laugh. I mean, that was funny. And then it also had a little fact on here, if I can find that. Oh, okay, did you know, while on the vine, potatoes can live to be 100 years old? Seriously, look it up, science. Never knew that either. Not sure what I'll do with that information. But anyway, if let me know if you have any knowledge about potato starch. And also then when I was reading about this whole thing, and I'm going to try it, it said if you cook potatoes, and it said and rice, and then let them get cold, never heat them up again, but eat them then, you won't have a problem with them. And I thought, oh, I could make potato salad that way. That would be fun to eat, and especially with some of my eggs in them. That and some of my mayonnaise that has the probiotic brine in it. So that would be good. So I'm going to try that. Good morning, Mr. Tom.
Good morning.
Are you going to...
Beautiful day.
It is, it is. Well, I'm going to tell everybody it's a beautiful day.
Right.
And if you have any information on that, share it with me. So have a good day. We're off to conquer the world.